Praise God. Welcome back, Ignite Church family and Facebook friends. Wanted to come to you today and speak to you on the new commandment that Jesus left for us. Starting in Matthew 22:38, where Jesus says, love thy neighbor as thyself. But over in Luke chapter 10, he gives us a good picture of what that means. And I want to read that to you right quick. It's called the parable of the Good Samaritan. And an expert in the law stood up and tested the teacher. What must I do to inherit the kingdom, eternal life? What is written in the law? He asked him. How do you read it? He answered, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. You've answered correctly, he told him. Do this and you will live. But wanting to justify himself, he asked Jesus, who is my neighbor? Jesus took up the question and said, the man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell into the hands of robbers, and he was stripped and beat, and they fled, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to come down the road, and he saw him, and he passed by on the other side. In the same way, a Levite, when he arrived at the place, he saw him and passed on the other side. But a Samaritan, on his journey, came up to him, and when he saw the man, he had compassion. And he went over to him, and he bandaged his wounds, pouring on olive oil and wine. And then he put him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. The next day he took the 2 denarii and give to the innkeeper and said, take care of this man. When I come back, I'll reimburse you for whatever extra you have spent. In this parable, we see what Jesus means to really love our neighbors as ourselves. So in this time we're being shut in, I would like for you to reach out to your neighbor and make sure they're okay. Just give them a call, maybe give them a wave or just say hello. And here at Ignite Church, we are your neighbor. So if you have any prayer requests or anything of need, please reach out to us here at Ignite Church. Thank you, and we love you.